Imagine this. You're at your desk, the clock is ticking, a huge deadline is looming, emails are piling up like a digital mountain, the phone won't stop buzzing. Your boss adds another urgent task. You feel fine, maybe a little busy. You're handling it. Pro at juggling, right? Then your smartwatch buzzes gently. Not a text, not a call. High stress detected. Consider taking a moment to breathe. You pause, surprised. Stressed? Me? No way. You actually check in with yourself. Shoulders hunched up to your ears, jaw clenched tight. Heart doing a little tap dance against your ribs, huh? Maybe the watch is onto something. This isn't science fiction. It's happening on wrists all over the world right now. We use these gadgets to check the time, track our steps and answer calls, but they have a secret superpower pocket-sized laboratories monitoring subtle signals, learning personal rhythms and daily ebbs and flows. Noticing when things are a little off, they're active partners in our well-being, nudging us before we notice. The data detectives. Let's peek under the hood and meet the data detectives that are always on the case. The most important one is the heart rate sensor. On the back of your watch, you've probably seen little green lights that flash against your skin. This isn't just for show. This technology is called photoplethysmography, or PPG for short. That's a big word, but the idea is simple. Green light is absorbed by the red blood in your arteries. Your watch flashes these lights hundreds of times per second and measures how much light is reflected back. When your heart beats, there's more blood in your wrist, so more green light is absorbed. Between beats, there's less blood and more light is reflected. By tracking this pattern, your watch can calculate your heart rate with impressive accuracy. But your watch isn't just counting beats per minute, it's also looking at the tiny variations in time between each heartbeat. This is called heart rate variability, or HRV. Next up is the motion detector, also known as an accelerometer. This is the same technology that lets your phone know whether you're holding it sideways or upright. In your watch, it's constantly tracking your every move, walking, running, swimming, or just sitting at your desk typing away. This data is crucial for context. For example, if your heart rate shoots up, the watch needs to know if it's because you're sprinting to catch a bus, or because you're sitting still while reading a stressful email. Finally, your watch is a sleep detective. While you're off in dreamland, your watch is hard at work. Using a combination of heart rate data, HRV, and the motion sensor, it tracks how much time you spend in different sleep stages: light sleep, deep sleep, REM sleep. So we know what your watch is measuring, but how does that connect to feeling stressed out? To understand that, we need to talk about your body's built-in alarm system. It's called the autonomic nervous system. This system controls all the things your body does without you having to think about them, like breathing, digesting your food, your heartbeat. It's the automatic pilot for your body. This system is split into two main branches that work like a seesaw, balancing each other out. On one side you have the rest and digest system, and on the other, you have the fight or flight system. The rest and digest side is technically called the parasympathetic nervous system. This is your chill-out mode. When it's in charge, your heart rate slows down, your breathing becomes deep and even, and your body focuses on long-term projects like digesting food, repairing tissues. This is the state where your heart rate variability, or HRV, is typically high, showing flexibility and relaxation. Your smartwatch loves to see this system in action. On the other side of the seesaw is the fight or flight system, known as the sympathetic nervous system. This is your body's emergency response team. When your brain perceives a threat, whether it's a tiger in the jungle or 1,000 unread emails in your inbox, it hits the fight or flight button. Your body is flooded with hormones like adrenaline, cortisol. Your heart starts pounding to pump more blood to your muscles, your breathing becomes quick and shallow, and your senses sharpen. All non-essential systems, like digestion, are put on hold. This response is an amazing evolutionary tool that has kept humans safe for millennia. The problem is, our modern lives are full of things that our brains interpret as tigers. While this is useful in short bursts, chronic stress means this system is activated all the time, and that's exactly what your watch is designed to detect. Now let's put it all together. How does your smartwatch take the raw data, heart rate, HRV, motion, sleep, and turn it into a meaningful stress score or a helpful notification? Well, it all comes down to algorithms. An algorithm is just a set of rules or instructions that a computer follows. Engineers created sophisticated algorithms that act like a digital detective, constantly looking for stress patterns. It's connecting the dots, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to build a personalized picture of your well-being. The process starts by establishing your personal baseline. For the first few days or weeks, it's in learning mode. Kind of like a new roommate getting to know your habits. It measures your typical resting heart rate when you wake up. It measures your average heart rate during the workday. It tracks how your HRV changes throughout the day and night. It learns what normal looks like for you. Baseline matters. What's stressful for one person can be normal for an athlete. Your watch compares you to you, not a generic standard. Once baseline is set, the watch looks for deviations. The algorithm constantly asks questions. Is your heart rate elevated though motion shows you've been still? Is your HRV lower than your usual for this time? Did you get significantly less deep sleep last night? The algorithm weighs all these clues. One anomaly might not trigger an alert. Several indicators together increase the watch's confidence of stress. When confidence crosses a threshold, it decides to notify you. You get a buzz and a suggestion to take a moment to breathe. Many watches guide you through a 1 or 2 minute breathing exercise. Prompted slow, deep breaths engage the rest and digest system to counter fight or flight. The watch can track heart rate during the exercise to show it coming back down. Immediate feedback. It's a complete loop. Detect, notify, and guide toward recovery. The theoretical science is cool, but how does this play out in the real world? Let's consider a few examples. Meet Sarah, a project manager who thrives on her busy schedule. She often works through lunch, fueled by coffee, and doesn't think of herself as a stressed person. Her smartwatch, however, starts noticing a pattern. Every day around 2 p.m. after hours of back-to-back meetings, her HRV plummets, her resting heart rate creeps up. After a few days of getting high-stress alerts, she starts to pay attention. She realizes this is her afternoon slump, where she feels tired but wired. Following her watch's advice, she starts blocking off 15 minutes at 1:45 p.m. to step away from her screen and take a short walk outside. The result? The afternoon alerts disappear and she feels more focused and energized for the rest of the day. Then there's David, a student preparing for his final exams. He knows he's stressed, but he feels like he has to push through it. He's been pulling all-nighters, convinced that more study time is the only answer. His smartwatch data tells a different story. His sleep tracker shows he's getting almost no deep or REM sleep. His stress score is consistently high. Seeing the stark charts on his phone, he decides to try a new approach. He enforces a strict no studying after 10 p.m. rule and focuses on getting 7 hours of sleep. His stress scores begin to drop, and he finds that he can actually absorb information better during his study sessions. Consider another case. Maria, who suffers from anxiety. Sometimes she feels a sudden wave of panic that seems to come out of nowhere. Her smartwatch helps her become a detective of her own emotional landscape. By looking back at her stress data after a panic attack, she can sometimes identify triggers she wasn't consciously aware of. One time, she noticed a huge stress spike occurred right after she had a large, sugary coffee on an empty stomach. Her watch doesn't cure her anxiety, but it gives her valuable data points that help her and her therapist identify patterns and develop better coping strategies for managing her triggers. These examples show that the true power of a smartwatch isn't just the alert itself, it's the awareness it fosters. It gives you objective, personalized data that can validate your feelings or even reveal things you haven't noticed. While these smartwatches are amazing pieces of technology, it's important to have a reality check. They are not infallible mind readers, and they can make mistakes. Your watch doesn't know the why behind the data. It can't tell the difference between the stress of a looming deadline and the excitement of watching your favorite team win a nail-biter of a game. Furthermore, there are many things that can throw off readings and lead to a false positive. For instance, drinking a couple of cups of coffee or an energy drink. Your watch might interpret this as high stress when it's just caffeine. Similarly, feeling a bit under the weather even before obvious symptoms like a fever. Even a very large, heavy meal can alter HRV and trigger an alert. Another limitation is the technology itself. The watch needs a good, snug fit on your wrist. If it's too loose, it can move and give inconsistent readings. Tattoos on the wrist, especially dark ink, can interfere with the PPG sensor's green light. Manufacturers are improving sensors and algorithms, but no device is perfect 100% of the time. View your smartwatch as a guide, not a doctor. The info is a great starting point for self-awareness, not a diagnosis. If you're consistently getting high stress readings and feeling unwell, check in with a healthcare professional. Think of it as a smoke detector. It alerts you to danger, but it can't put out the fire, and sometimes it goes off when you burn the toast. So you have this powerful data collecting device on your wrist. Now what? The final and most important step is to turn that information into action. The ultimate goal isn't just to know that you're stressed, it's to do something about it. The first and simplest action is to heed the watch's advice. When it tells you to take a moment and breathe, do it. Most watches have built-in guided breathing exercises that are incredibly effective. Taking just 1 minute to focus on slow, deep belly breaths. Taking 2 minutes to focus on slow, deep belly breaths. Slow, deep belly breaths can actively switch your body from fight or flight mode back to rest and digest mode. You can literally watch your heart rate drop in real time on the screen, which is powerful reinforcement. Use your watch as a tool for experimentation. Become a scientist of your own well-being. If you notice you're consistently getting high stress scores in the afternoon, try making a small change. Maybe you take a 10-minute walk after lunch. Maybe you switch from coffee to herbal tea. Maybe you listen to 5 minutes of calming music. Then watch your data over the next few days. Did your stress scores go down? If so, great. You found a strategy that works for you. If not, try something else. Connect the data to your daily journal. At the end of each day, take a look at your stress chart. Where were the peaks? What were you doing at that time? Maybe a big spike corresponds to your commute through heavy traffic. Perhaps another one happened during a tense phone call. By pairing the objective data from your watch with your own subjective experience of the day, you can uncover hidden stress triggers that you might not have been aware of. This awareness is the first step toward making conscious choices to either change those situations or develop better ways to cope with them when they are unavoidable. Ultimately, your smartwatch is a partner in your health journey. It provides a constant, gentle stream of feedback that can help you become more attuned to your body's needs. Use it to celebrate your successes too. Notice those long stretches of low stress on a relaxing weekend? Great. What were you doing? Maybe it was spending time in nature, maybe working on a hobby, maybe just laughing with friends. Your watch can help you identify not just what stresses you out, but also what truly helps you relax and recharge. By listening to the science on your wrist, you can learn to listen more closely to yourself, leading to a healthier, happier, and more balanced you. Now that's what I call science in action.